What's up, everybody? First things first, please hit the subscribe button down below and click on the notification bell so you can know about all of my videos the minute I upload them. I'm going to take a minute to introduce myself. My name is Terry Mock, 41 years old. I'm from Tallahassee, Florida. My grandparents on my mother's side my grandmother was an escaped convict and my grandfather was a moonshine runner. And on my dad's side, my grandma was a teen mom and my grandfather was a runaway dad who neither me nor my dad ever met. My dad was a pot smuggler for a long time, along with a welder and other trades. But most of my childhood was financed through the cultivation and sale of marijuana. So that being said, I was born in '78 and lived in Tallahassee for a little while. We moved to Georgia. My mom and dad got busted growing pot in 1987 and we came back to Florida. I went from an all-white school out in the middle of the country called Fort Braden. There was one black guy, his name was Anthony Allen. He was a really good guy. He was one of my friends, and to this day I speak to him. Then I went from that to middle school. I went to an all-black school. And I learned real fast that not everybody on the planet thought the way I did about other people. And I had to fight a lot. But I ended up making some lifelong friends there too. And I got a very good exposure to life way out in the country with some very backwoods people, and life uptown, even in the projects with some of my friends I used to hang out with after school. So excuse me if my personality is a little bit off or a little bit eccentric. Anyways, this is going to be sort of a collection of different stories throughout my life. This episode right here is not going to be a story other than a little bit of my backstory and a little bit of an explanation about what's going to happen on these episodes. My main goal is to entertain you guys. I think that a lot of you people have probably never lived the way I have lived, though I'm sure a lot of you have. I'm sure a lot of you have been to the same places I've been. But there are a lot of you who have lived a pretty sheltered life in a bubble, and I think that you'd be pretty surprised at some of the things that actually go on with other people. From having guns put in my face to being chased by cops and slammed by cops and put in prison and confinement, and all the way up to building custom motorcycles for people like Vanilla Ice, Keyshawn Johnson, and the man who owns Sara Lee Corporation when I lived in Fort Lauderdale and was in college, where I was on the dean's list. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum, and I can tell you that the ride from one end of the spectrum to the other is filled with a lot of very unique experiences, and I'm going to share some of mine on these episodes. So please stay tuned, bear with me through this video. I know it was a little bit boring. Not everybody cares about my backstory, but I think it's going to help with some of the stories that I'm going to tell later on for you to understand where I came from. So thank you everybody for watching, and please hit the subscribe button now. Hit the notification bell now, so that the next episode, which I promise is going to be a lot more entertaining than this one, when I put it on YouTube, you'll be the first to know. So thanks guys, and I'll see you next time.